Okay, before I go to sleep, should be receiving on. Okay, so before I go to sleep, I revisited the tree again. So I made the spline as it should be, rather than using that one, and it already looked 10 times better. And I kind of sorted out the particles so they're a lot smoother there. So I've done some changes on that, so I'll quickly go over that. So I just done on the, rather than using the noise, I've got the remaps. So this remap is random position, and I just done the Z. And then we have another one random for size, and that one's for color. So, and then I played around with some the force just to move it a little around. Also on the textures itself, I decided to add the room light, and then I just used the default colorful on here, so you can see if I change it, room light. So you can play around, but kind of looks cool. Actually, looks quite cool. Adds that the rim colorful seem to work well. You can see you get this nice look to the orbs. And you can see here I've also applied a mask, so I mask where they start. So if I disable that mask for a second, see here, this is where the particles will start. So what I did is just use a mask to cover that up, with the starting point where it emits from, and it goes up. And here we have another particle system, just, I just took in the default settings and just tweaked it, add some noise, gravity. I mean, you can still play, I'll still play around with that. There we go. And the spline itself is still an arrow. You can see here, it's just using a different path, a different spline that I imported in. Still animating the length here. On the material itself, again, I added the rim light. It's kind of cool effect because with the rim, actually looks actually a lot nicer than the first version. And if you want, you can go for a green tree. It's kind of cool. Radioactive Christmas. Anyway, there we go. Cool. And that glow there itself is the bloom. So what I've done is add the bloom. There we go. What I could do is now I'm gonna just set 2 states just to finish this little scene off. Set another state here, new state. Smart animation. I'll call this Xmas. And what I'll do is I'll save this as an archive, and also it'll be in. You can find the download link in the description for this scene. It's not brilliant, but it's quite cool. I went back, revisited it, and it took me a few minutes to think about it. Rather than rushing, I just spent my time. I should name this title. What I'm gonna do is have a button here that will trigger it. So maybe I'll just make a button now. So I'll just get a rounded rectangle. And increase the roundness size. Height. Yeah. Boom. Doesn't need to be that big. We can give it a color. I'll just use a texture base and then apply gradient. We've done this in many videos before. Many videos. Gradient. Look for a nice simple one. Let's go for this one. We're going to edit that, of course, to horizontal by unchecking vertical. And double click here. Delete that. Delete that. Go. We've got a nice. What happens if I went for the view? Don't use green. And then green like that. Let's go for this. That'll do. Okay. Make a touch button. In front. Let's call that BTN. And I'm gonna get a mover. Actually, no. I'll make an animation so when you click this, the button disappears. So keyframe animation. Just animate the scale. Also gonna animate the alpha of this, so the opacity of that. If I go to my timeline, set key, say 0.8, set key. So here's that's the start screen. Then it will just kind of, not fade, not that, but I want it to. Actually, I want it. Leave it as it is. One. So that's a reaction. So in the middle, maybe I'll put that key. And here, goes to 0. So click it, fades off. I think that's better. And apply a title to that. So what I can do is just put 2 states. I'm going to just use Shift S. Soft state keys. I can link the next to that. Single tap. Scene event. Set that to begin. Activated, so that comes back. Oh, don't want to mess this up. There we go. So this is our button animation. This is on scene event. I want to make sure it just resets. I'll just call it BTN1. You could put a text parent 2D text to that if you want. Text 2D, block text. Say center. Center. Share your joy. So we're gonna link this. So when we click this now, bam, fades out. Of course, we don't have anything on here. Oh, just make sure this is got a material. So I'm just gonna say no lightweight, and then I'll animate the alpha as well on this. And 0. There we go. So when it gets to the end, so as you can see here, presented. So let's change that to end. So E. So when it will fire end reached. So I'll go play. Oh, click that. End reached. And end reach, we want to trigger that. So I'm going to merge this down to a container. Merge a container. So that's the button. You can always go in and edit that. And from here, I'm going to say end reach. I'll expose that out, and then it will trigger this animation here. Next, so I'll link the next to end reached, and I'll just add a scene event just in case. By default, it should do auto begin anyway. I just like to, just in case it doesn't trigger it or something. So if I go save scene as Xmas 2018. So now I'll go to new scene and come back to that. The button should be there, yeah. So when you open the scene, got the button, share your joy, then the tree comes. For the particles. Happy holidays. Nice. Scene export. Scene archive. Just save it to my desktop. I'll upload that to a drive where everyone can download that if they want it. Might not be any use. Might be of some use. I don't know. Let's go. Make this bigger and easy to send screen. For the full screen, does it? No, it went to my second screen. That window out. Also added another 2D background texture, just a grunge texture going on around there. Boom. Happy holiday. End the stream here. Hope that was useful. Have a good evening. Also say good night or good morning, depending where you are.